So this is the temple we came here for, yes?
Yes.
It's a very big effort we made to come and visit this particular place. It's on a, from my point of view, it's on a league of its own, above all the other temples, and there are many here in Angkor, many of which we will visit. But this stands out for various reasons. It's also considered the golden moment of the civilization. And, you know, many things come together to create something like this. So it was a certain moment in the time of this civilization. Of particular interest to us, because Gurdjieff speaks of this configuration of 4 concentric squares, which is what Angkor is built, and we just passed the first inner circle or outer circle, you know, depending how you judge it. And this is the wall. And if you notice, the temple hasn't begun yet, really. The temple has begun just now. Yes, as far as the stone, as the structure, we have just been in the outer courtyard, approaching the temple. And elevations in holy structures are always significant. When you go up a level, it means you're in a holier or more important or a place of higher significance. So we are actually quite a bit higher than the ground level. That's the first thing to note. And to go in, of course, we have to cross this curious wall, this wall with a lot of information on it. I fished this up just the other day when I visited here. I somehow remembered it and I looked it up and I found it. This is from In Search of the Miraculous. Between life and the way lies the stairway. Okay? This is the stairway. So here people live, right? There were habitations. And here begins the temple. And between life and the way, we'll speak about the way in a moment, lies a stairway that Shuaib is climbing right now. Come up, join us. In addition, the man ascends this stairway with the help of the person who is his guide. He cannot go up the stairway by himself. The way begins only when the stairway ends, right where we are now. That is, after the last threshold on the stairway, on a level much higher than the ordinary level of life. And the reason I share this with you is, of course, each of you are in different positions in relation to this, but you don't start the way. What this is saying is that you don't start the way when you first encounter the work. Of course, you begin doing something, trying out different ideas, but you haven't entered the way. And the way begins on a place much removed from life, and it takes all this time and preparation to bring you to a point where these walls can actually have practical meaning to you, the idea of inner struggle. Because at the beginning you don't even know, struggle with what? You don't even know your false personality. Not to mention the true personality, you don't know. You actually are not in a position to be able to enact or embody inner friction, inner work. And so note, this is very effectively displayed here architecturally. We are now on a much higher level than where we were a moment ago approaching here. But the first thing I want you to take in is the large scale on which this principle is executed. So we have to climb up. When you join the period, you don't begin the work, you don't enter the way. It takes actually a long time to bring you to the place where you can actually work with yourself, against yourself, with yourself. And this ascent is therefore very symbolic and very meaningful.